All right, welcome to International Soccer Break, the American edition, and we're coming to you with an instant reaction for a game that just finished a little time ago. So helping me with this, as always, we got the boys in town. Let's jump straight to it. This just finished up, just went final. So let's start off. U.S. men's national team returns to action. It's 3-0 the final score, but two of those goals came at the very end. Wasn't that pretty?
No, don't be fooled by the score. This is really, really a disappointing performance. I mean, you're talking about two bad giveaways. Uzbekistan could have been up at the half, and instead it's a 3-0 victory in the end. Lethargic, really disconnected. Individual performances weren't good. We didn't answer any questions about a backup central midfield player. Luka Torre was okay, then went off. Testman not there. Honestly, not a lot of good things to take from this game for me.
All I got to say is Berhalter is back, baby. Let's go. Berhalter is back. Jeez Louise, man. You know what? This felt very different from the BJ Callahan games. I know we got BJ and,
he's on the sideline, man. BJ's right there next to
but he's no longer the leader of this team. He's no longer giving the halftime talks. He's no longer selecting the tactics. He's in a supporting role now. And these felt different. The energy was down. The confusion was up. The lethargy was up. It was a bad U.S. performance. Aside from Timothy Weah, I thought it was borderline terrible.
Yeah.
And the fact that they got those two goals in the last 2 minutes of the game, they don't deserve them. This needed to be a 1-to-1 wake-up call as a first game with Berhalter back. I'm nervous. I'm disappointed. I don't know what else to say besides this, man. 3-0 is not reflective of the game.
I mean, one thing I want to ask you quickly before we jump ahead to our on-off topic is Uzbekistan good? I know the youth team of Uzbekistan had a good youth team, because now are we going to see, because they played a good game. I mean, frankly, like, wouldn't you say that? Like, they made us look pretty bad.
We made ourselves look bad, man.
Absolutely.
That wasn't Uzbekistan. That was us with constant giveaways, just lazy playing, weird decision. Tim Ream was a shocking weak spot today. Tim Ream was really bad. I don't understand.
Yeah.
No, it's all on us. I completely agree with you, Roy, on this one. It's all on us. I think the rule of thumb is when you play a team that doesn't have names on the back of their jersey, you should dominate them, and we didn't. Because it means they don't have the resources, they don't have the back in the federation the right way. Dude, there's no way we should be playing the way we did against a team of this level. We're talking about hosting a World Cup.
Yeah.
How are we going to do this against Uzbekistan? Woo!
So this topic is going to be obvious, but I do have to put it on there just because it was 3-0, and there's going to be a lot of U.S. fans out there. Oh, 3-0, we got it done. We always seem to have this get it done mentality, but onside or offside, U.S. men's national team performance was bad. Who wants to go first?
Go, Rahi.
What? This is an on-off topic? Man, we clearly need to do a little more thinking about this preparation here. Of course it was. I mean, this is onside by a million miles. If you answer offside to this question, then you want the U.S. to finish bottom of their group in the World Cup, get out in the first round in 2026. This is not going to cut it at all. Not even remotely close. And I completely disagree with you, Roy, in that has to do with somehow BJ Callahan's halftime talks were the reason this team played better. Without this halftime talks, all of a sudden they are lethargic. This is on the players. This is on the players. This is on players who came. Yes, I get it. They've had tough starts at the beginning of the season. Some of them are struggling for minutes. Weston McKennie, one of those players. Some of them are trying to battle for starting spots. Yunus Musa as well. I get it. It's a little tough to then break that up, come on the international break, but it's got to be better. They got to expect more of themselves. Man, this was really bad. The lack of connection was really bad.
Okay, so majorly onside for Rahi. Roy.
I'm going with full body offside because bad does not describe the performance. Bad is being way too sweet to this team. Bad is the sandwich I had for lunch this afternoon from Ralph's Supermarket. That was pretty bad. I finished it. It got me by. I'm full. Fine. Forget about it.
There goes our Ralph sponsorship, man. Thanks for that, man.
Are we sponsored by Ralph's?
we could have been. Now we're gone.
All right. No more.
All right, go ahead.
Are really good. For Publix.
Go ahead, Roy. Go ahead.
Terrible. absolutely terrible performance given the players we have, given their form for their clubs. Most of them are doing fairly well for their clubs, given the fact that this is Berhalter's first game back and how important that is, and given the fact that the Federation picked probably the weakest team to play against that we could have played against, weaker than El Salvador, weaker than Honduras, Costa Rica, all these other teams we could have played in our region. More than half of this team plays in the Uzbek League, which isn't even a top 100 league in the world. Like, come on, man. That was disastrous. These are good players we have on this team. Freaking ridiculous. To play the way we did 3-0 is a complete lie. It is a lie. We didn't deserve it. And I am embarrassed today.
We got to take things seriously. Remember, we don't have qualifiers for the next World Cup. So our friendlies are going to be really pivotal. They're like qualifiers. Everyone else is playing qualifiers right now. We have to take these games more seriously.
So I am going to go with Uzbekistan is going to win the World Cup. So this this was onside 100%. One thing I do want to say, I could go off on a huge rant, but like I will agree with you guys wholeheartly today. I thought this was an atrocious performance, and I am actually worried about the fact that we're even hosting the Copa America coming up next summer. Because if we're not gonna win against teams like this, we won 3-0, but if it's gonna be like this, we got Argentina, Brazil. Forget about it, dude. It's gonna be nasty. One thing I do want to say very quickly is Berhalter. So is this a sign that we need to make some changes? I mean, he's not going to get fired, obviously, but this was a complete disaster from that perspective. I think we need to talk about that at a later time. But what do we do about that?
I don't know if. Good thing we have a new head of the federation, because I don't think he's going to be given the same leash he had before, the eternal leash. I think if the team continues to have disappointing performances like these for the next year, and let's say it seeps into the Copa America, I think post Copa America, if it goes poorly, they have to sack Berhalter. There's no way they allow him to continue past a poor Copa America, especially when the lead-up games will look like this. We'll see.
I mean, but you don't want to sacrifice. Copa America is a huge opportunity for us to get some silverware. Like, we don't want to sacrifice it for this.
He's not going to leave before then. There's no way this federation.
I'm almost hoping Oman beats us 4-0. You know, on Tuesday.
But that's the point. That's the problem. Is it's Oman next. The problem is this is about getting the right level of competition. I get it's very difficult in this window, but somehow we have to get the right teams in, because we saw leading up to the World Cup, we beat a lot of decent teams, whatever CONCACAF teams, and you play against the Netherlands, you're not ready. Yes, we played badly against Uzbekistan, but even playing well against Uzbekistan is not going to give us what we need. That's the fundamental problem. I think this is on the federation. This is on Gregg, yes, as well. Understand this level isn't good enough, and it's going to have to change quickly.
That's going to have to change very throwaway games, man. We lose against these teams.
Let's play in Europe, man. Let's play away in Uzbekistan.
I mean, forget about all of that. I mean, fine. At the end of the day, we get the 3-0 result. But if any of you U.S. fans out there didn't see the poor performance, I think
don't watch it.
We'll talk to you about it in the comments, because that was an awful performance. If you didn't see it that way, I don't know what to say. Yes, U.S. wins 3-0, but today I'm ashamed to even give the chant of Go USA. So I'll just end it with keep watching the beautiful game. And hey, USA, get it together. Get it together for the game this week, because we got a long way to go.
Got to be better. But Roy, great haircut, man. That's a positive from the weekend.
That is what we should talk about. That was a solid. That's a solid. That deserves 3-0, man.
That's a solid 5-star haircut.